Alright, how do you do this again? G'day! How is everyone? It has been a while, I must say. Probably about, I think I was checking on YouTube a couple of days ago, probably about 3 months since I actually streamed. So, yeah, really, brain explosion already. Anyway, let's, if I can get the mouse to come across to the right screen, let's, at least say a few good days to everybody who's here, and then hook up the track IR and see if I can actually remember how to fly an aircraft. I mean, I can remember how to fly an A320. Been flying a few of those the last couple of weeks, but haven't flown anything GA, so a bit of a wrong reversal there. Put me in a commercial plane at the moment, and I'm a confident man. Put me in a GA plane, and it's just like, jeez, what the fuck? Anyway, we have Mr. Sean Dale, who is here, and I believe Vruden was here, but I don't know if Vruden still is here. So Vruden, if you are here, g'day, hello, welcome. If you're not, oh well, I'm sure I'll see you very soon. But Sean Dale, g'day, mate, welcome to the stream. As I did say, I'm going to be cruising somewhere between 160 and 180 knots, but honestly, I cannot remember how fast this aircraft flies. It has been that long since I've streamed and I've flown this plane more than a couple of minutes just to take some thumbnails for streams. So it's going to be a surprise for everyone. Just like riding a bike, well, yes and no. This doesn't require any balance as such, because at least I'm sat on a chair. However, if I do crash into something, it's a much bigger, deal than just a few cuts and ranges. In the sim, anyway, that is. Mr. Colin Pigeon says, remember, acceleration is not the right pedal anymore, isn't it? Oh, okay, alright, so don't give it some jangle, is what you're saying. But Colin Pigeon, g'day mate, welcome to the stream, pleasure to have you here with us. Garwin says he really wants to fly, but he is totally out of gas. I'm assuming Garwin means that he's extremely tired. Either that or he's just run out of petrol in everything that he currently owns. Could be either one. Either way, Garwin, fully understand, mate. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. I'm streaming a few times over the next couple of days, so I'm sure, I'm hoping that you'll get the opportunity to jump in. And I should be jumping into one of your streams very soon as well. Wes says, I thought this was tonight, right, I'll load up. Wes, mate, there actually is one tonight as well. Just, thought I'd go from 0 to nothing. From 0 to nothing? Yeah, I'll go from 0 to nothing. 0 to 0. Woo! Okay, that's stream done. I'm out. See you later. No. But, Wes, you weren't technically wrong. Either way, mate, welcome to the stream.
Woo! Yeah!
And speak of the devil, thank you very much, Wes, with that donation to just get us kick-started, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Fozzie is here. He says, g'day, everyone. He's at work. He wishes he could fly. Not a problem, Fozzie. As I was saying before, mate, there'll be a few opportunities that suit everyone's time zone. Hopefully, we'll be able to jump in and have a fly over the coming week or so before I then go on an actual holiday and bring you guys with me. Don't worry, you guys are coming with me, not actually with me. Well, I mean, you can meet me over there if you'd like, if you feel like spending the money and the time on the plane. Hey, whatever, that's something I'd love to, have happen. Yeah, perfect timing, Wes. Exactly, mate. Perfect timing. Alright, so, without further ado, first up, I'm going to have to actually remember how to start the Trinidad. Secondly, I haven't updated the Trinidad anytime recently, so I then need to hope that it doesn't cause the sim to crash. It shouldn't. I did a lot of thumbnail stuff last night with it for upcoming streams, so should be good, but it'll, famous last words. And the other thing is, we now have a proper power supply, 1200 watt power supply, and a 3080. No more of this 5700 XT bullshit, green screens, crashes, all that shitola. we've got actual legitimate power now that matches the rest of the PC. 64 gigs of RAM as well. So if I get any sort of crashes or whatever that are related to, lack of VRAM and memory and all that, I'm just, you will actually see a nuclear explosion from the brain cells on stream, which could be an interesting, thing, might make the news. I don't know. Wes says Alt F4 starts it well. Well, looks like Wes is shutting his sim down already. He's already had enough of the BS. That's fair enough, Wes. I get it, mate. I get it. Alright, let's put some fuel pump in before I turn on the battery and all that so that nothing actually...
Yeah!
Hey, Sean Dale with the donation as well, mate. Sean, appreciate that. Thank you very, very much, guys. You certainly know how to welcome me back. That's for sure. Really, really, really do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Yeah. You're gonna at this point, you're already gonna make my brain stop working, and I've only had one coffee this morning, so be gentle. At least until I'm drinking another one on stream. Then we can venture down that path. We'll put some. For some reason, this Trinidad likes to have the pitot heat on, even when it's summer's weather outside, which it is technically right now in Galveston. So, that's probably another thing we should go down the path of. That's an interesting sentence construction there. We're at Galveston and we're going into Mexico, so we're actually going to be entering Mexico. I don't know whether or not Mexico has given us permission to enter them, but we're going in anyway, dry, no lube, all those things, etc. Alright, I will cough a few times on stream. I have just recovered from the spicy. Don't worry, I'm not dying. Well, that I'm aware of anyway. Alright. Keep focusing on what I'm meant to be doing here. So, main switch, avionics, battery, fuel pump, pitot is all on. With any luck, and this is the famous sentence that I've said so many times before on this stream, turning the key should now create a start. William is here. He says, hey Bryce, mate, good to see you streaming in. William, it is great to see you as well, mate. It's really good to be back, actually. It's been a bit of a build-up over the last... few months of continuously getting to the point where I was ready to stream, and then I'd have issues or work things would come up and be like, it's so frustrating. But over the last week and a half or so, I've been able to sort of get us to this point where we can actually stream again. So now it's time to take advantage of that. All right. Nope, that didn't go well. Okay, why didn't that? That would be because I actually need to put the mixture and the propeller in. Yes, good. See? I know what I'm doing, I promise. And I also actually need to select fuel to come out of the fuel tank, probably. Very hard to start an aircraft if you don't have fuel going to the motor. There we go. There we go. Look at me. Look at me. Some might say I'm a pilot. I don't know. You'll kick my butt, hey, Wes, and make me a carbonara. That sounds like an interesting evening. It really does. A bit of butt kicking followed by some carbonara. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Just got to lubricate the voice cords, vocal cords, tongue, whatever. The taste buds. I don't know. Maybe I speak with my taste buds. I'm a little bit different, in case you guys haven't already worked that out over the last year or so that you've been viewing the channel. All right, so this is how we. This is what an aircraft looks like, which we haven't seen for a while on this channel. We have Sean Dale and Calling Pigeon in the background. I think that's Wes and somebody there. You guys are too close, so I can't see your name tags, but whoever you are, g'day. Nice to have you in the stream. Now I need to figure out where, or what should I say, runway, airport. No, I know what airport we're taking off from, what runway we're taking off from, right? So we've got 11 knots of wind coming at us from 178 degrees. Calling Pigeon, it's interesting that you pointed that out. Literally, I was just looking at little nav map then, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't turned my transmitter on. There you go. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. Alright, so runway 14 appears to be the active, or no, runway 18 actually would probably be the better option. Gives us a direct headwind, and obviously being in GA aircraft, it doesn't really matter how much runway we have to use, I guess, if that makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to hopefully make our way over to runway 18. First things first, I'm going to chuck the track IR on, which hasn't been used for a long time, and let's see if we can still get it to communicate nicely with the sim. Yes. Yes. Very nice. Alright, so it's a forwards and a left here as we move away, so a little bit too much power there for the on ground. Ooh, that's one of those, I thought that was a Cessna 172 there, but that's that, oh, what's it called? It's a cool little, it's such a cool little plane. See what I mean? Sound like I'm about to die, but I promise I'm completely and utterly fine other than the sounding like that. As we pull up on Sean Dale there in his Piper PA2. I was going to say, why is he showing up as a Cessna 172, but he's not. There's Sean in his Piper. Very nice. And then we have Calling Pigeon there in his TBM. We'll cut through here. I'm not exactly 100% sure where I'm going to get to runway 18. But it's just in this general direction. It's also, whoa, okay, let's just calm down there, aircraft. I'm remembering how hard it is to try and balance track IR on the ground, because it obviously follows you ahead, which is what it's meant to do. And then also watch the YouTube chat. Whoa, that was jittery. Sean Dale says Embraer 110. What, Sean's in the Embraer 110, or Wes is in the Embraer 110? I don't think this is runway, oh, this might be runway 18, I don't know. I swear I know what I'm doing here, folks, I promise. It's, you know. If it is runway 14, that will do as well. I don't want to spend too much time on the ground here, taxiing around an airport. I'm not exactly, oh no, that is runway 18. There we go, look at me. Need to have more faith and confidence in what I'm doing. Yeah, sure, there's no aircraft coming. ATC, who needs it? It's not important. It's not something that gets used, right? Sure. Alright. Just realised I should probably put a level of flaps in. Not that we probably need it on such a large runway, but nevertheless, I will. I'm just going to go for it because obviously people like Calling Pigeon in his TBM have got some serious get up and go behind them. Alright, let's go. Get started on this world adventure again here, ladies and gentlemen, after a way too long of a hiatus. Get up, there we go. I was going to say, what the? I was going to say, let's do a nice low flyover Wes, but he's going to be getting up off the... Well, he might be getting up off the runway. Jesus Christ, Wes, did you want to use any more of the runway? Straight out over the ocean. Is that sunset or sunrise that's currently happening? Ah, Rhonda, you're beautiful like sunrise. Thank you, Katut. Only a select few Australians will probably get that reference, and you guys are welcome. Alright, seeing as we're going to be heading out over the water here, and I remember how temperamental this autopilot could be on the Trinidad, what we're going to do is wait until we're at about 1,000 feet, just for safety purposes. So the minimum safe altitude according to little nav map for this flight is 5,500 feet. So that's, I'm going to go for like 5,500 feet. What a surprise. I know, I'm full of surprises. So we want to do nav, then we want to do altitude, then we want to do autopilot. And I want to be going up at about 400 feet per minute, I think. Sounds good to me. Bring some flaps in, bring some of the power out. Oh yeah, right. Change across to GPS so that we actually do go where we're meant to go. Beautiful. Alright, let's adjust the mixture and the prop and all those things that are... Whoop, that's the throttle. There we go, that's better. And I can also turn off track IR now, right. Perfect. I think that's probably going to be a sunset that's occurring now that I think about it.
I like to do to her. Some might call it Dirty Fozzie.
And Fozzie's popped in and used his little soundboard. Speaking of which, now that we're back, I'm going to need to get all the new people their various soundboards and stuff like that. Things that I promised that I would do before I decided, oh yes, I can balance a head chef gig and streaming. It should be no problem whatsoever. How naive I was to think such a thing. How naive I was. But I must say, how is everyone? How's things? It has been a complete and utterly way too long of a time. Obviously, I've caught up with a few of you already. Wes, Fozzie, Semi, Jacko, etc. Within Tony within Discord recently and within Jacko's streams. But a few of you I haven't spoken to for a while. So I hope you are all doing fantastically. For those who don't know, we are going to be, once we've done a few streams over the next week or so, we're actually going to be vlogging from in Southeast Asia. So you guys will be getting vlogs about food, you'll be getting airline reviews, you'll be getting all sorts of things. Now, I don't know how many videos I'll actually manage to get uploaded and stuff from Southeast Asia itself. I'm hoping for at least maybe 1 or 2 a week for the time that I'm there. So that would mean you get about between 4 to 6 videos for the time that I'm there, hopefully, is what I'm aiming to achieve. And then obviously they'll come at a much more regular increments once I get back. Live time is sunset, says Sean Dale. Ah yes, okay, that makes a lot more sense. So once the sun does drop below the horizon, I will probably change the time. At least until we get to Monterrey in Mexico. And then obviously I'm happy to head back to live time for arriving at the airport, because cities always look really, really cool at night in the sim. Fozzie says, how cool is this Brycel streaming again? Fozzie, I must say, it, from my perspective anyway, it's very, very cool. Yeah. I'm glad you share those feelings. I really am. So, as I did mention, I think, or maybe I didn't mention, I don't know. I think I did mention it. Anyway, it doesn't matter if I mentioned it or not. We will be streaming again in about 12 hours time. We'll be streaming our Route 66 expedition. Just trying to figure out what my plane is doing here. Like, is it following the correct GPS mapping, or oh no, it is. Okay, cool. So what's showing up in little nav map is not correct then, quite. I probably do need to update little nav map as well. And if you are wanting to, you can also follow this flight over on Volanta as well. So it is on Volanta too, if you want to see where we've flown or whatever. You'll be able to have a look at that on Volanta if you don't use little nav map, because I know a lot of people over the last few weeks/months have obviously transitioned from using little nav map to Volanta, as Volanta has become more and more of a powerful application for the sim. As we make our way over the old Forker, sure. What's that down there? Is that like a racetrack? That looks like a racetrack down there. And it also looks like a grass strip that we're just flying over there to our right hand side. An unlabeled grass strip. I don't know. And yeah, I'm going to say that is definitely an unlabeled grass strip. What other interesting things can we spot? Jeez, there's a lot of I forget, after so long having not flown in the US GA style, I forget how many little airstrips there are in the United States compared to, you know, say Australia and places like that. Yeah, no, Fozzie, I accepted your friend request over there on Volanta. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on a little nav map, and maybe I can get a better idea of what exactly we would be. Ah, so that unlabeled airstrip is actually West Wind Helicopters, which would make sense. So it's a business, it's not technically an airstrip as such. So that would make a lot more sense as to why it was sort of an unlabeled strip within the sim. So in a moment we should be making another left-hand turn and making our way back towards the coast, I believe. Yeah. So we are just, literally just south of Houston. I wonder if we can actually, like, these would, I mean, the Americans can probably give me more information on this, but would this part of the world be considered like outer suburb of Houston, or? It could be, sure. According to the VFR map, I think I'm following correctly, but I also kind of, you know, may have forgotten to use calling pigeons up to date flight plans that he did for this. I may have loaded in my one that I made up originally, So that might also be why I'm slightly off course from where you guys are. But I will be making a left-hand turn in a moment and then heading down towards the coast. So I'm assuming that you guys probably downloaded Calling Pigeon's flight plan that was in the Discord. I did too, I just think I've loaded up the wrong one because they're both in the same folder. So, yeah. I'm sure we'll join up together very, very soon, and you guys have got the power behind you anyway. Wes and Calling Pigeon have got extremely quick aircraft compared to what I do. So. Nah, it's all good, Sean. It is all good because look, as you can see, Wes and Calling Pigeon are doing the same thing. They're out over there in the distance away from me. So, Sean, you might actually be on the same flight plan that I uploaded originally. I wonder if we'll be able to actually render Houston here. I mean, we probably can't, or I, should I say, cannot see Houston right now because of the sun. It is literally blinding. Call me the weekend because we got blinding lights. But that's alright because we will obviously be coming back into the US once we do Mexico. And then places like Houston and all that will very, 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 very much be visited more in depth. So many little ranches. Garrett, Flying Tiger. That's nearly Crying Tiger. Stop there for a bit of Thai style steak. Toy Air Park? Minard, Pegasus. Songbird Ranch. Songbird. You got tales to tell. Yeah, anyway. That place is without a bay. It's bayless. That's the Wolfie Air Park. Geez, Texas is just air parks and ranches, isn't it? Well, Sean, to be fair, Calling Pigeon is the master when it comes to the flight plans, I think. Because he's added all sorts of little bits and pieces, I think, over a little bit closer to Houston that him and Wes are currently actually getting to check out. So it's alright, we're all going to end up in the same destination, we're all in the same area, and they've got the faster aircraft, so as far as I'm concerned, let's let them just do what they, go where they want to go. So I think it might be time for me to pop out really quickly and throw some coffee on the stove, because I could definitely do with some caffeinated, or a little bit more caffeination. Been doing some casual work at a local cafe, but it's screwing my body clock up big time, because obviously I've got 4 AM wake-ups for that cafe. So I do a shift there, and then I'm coming back into a normal time zone, doing the stream, or joining other people's, or making some video content or whatever. And then a day or two later, I'm back at a 4 AM start. Sorry about that. Wes says there's a town called Kingwood nearby Kingswood Country. Oh, there you go. So Clover Lake Farms, another little ranch. There'll be another one down here. Oh no, that's not. That's Bonnie. G'day, Bonnie. How you going? I don't know why the minimum safe altitude for this flight is 5,500 feet, because it really doesn't look like that's the case at all, if you ask me. Alright, I'm gonna go make that caffeinated beverage. Got a little bit too sidetracked watching Brett Play's stream this morning and then realised, oh shit, I've got 10 minutes to get mine started. Okay. So, yeah, what I'll do is make me disappear like that, and Alright, I'm back for the moment whilst I let the coffee pot do its thing on the stove. Wes is saying, not the Kingswood, I just glad wrapped the antenna if you haven't heard. Yeah, of course I know what Kingswood Country is. Wes, very, very famous Australian television show in the 70s and 80s as well, I believe, partially. Small part of the early 80s. Anyway, way before my time, that's for sure. Sean says, I need a faster plane, 142 knots with the ears pinned back and the skirt tucked in. Now you just need the bagpipes and all that to go with the skirt that's tucked in, and you know, you'll fit right in with the well, with the Scottish look anyway. I don't know if it's fit right in with the British look. So for some reason, I don't know why my flight plan decided that it would come out over the water, inland, and then we're going to turn back over the water. I can only assume it's something to do with noise, pollution, or stuff like that. Although it does seem a little bit weird that GA aircraft are subjected to noise pollution rules if that is in fact the case. Because they're not exactly noisy. But Sean, I can definitely slow it down as well a bit once we're established here on the coastline. I am moving quite fast, I believe. Like I'm in the yellow arc for the aircraft, so I can back it off a little bit. Because we don't want to leave you for dead, Sean. Even though, you know, a famous Sean is in fact Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, doing the scenic route to see more of the countries. That sounds like a good excuse and reasoning, Sean. Let's go with that one, eh? Sounds good to me. Alright, so we're bringing the Trinidad out of the yellow arc because obviously it's not a good idea to be in the yellow arc to begin with. This sunset is pretty spectacular as well, I must say. So you're not that far behind us, Sean. I can see your aircraft lights. I think you're doing a fine job, sir. Fine job of flying, I must say. In fact, I'm going to keep it on that viewpoint because it's just really, really nice to have the sunset in the background with the mirage of Calling Pigeon, Wes and Sean all just sitting there enjoying flying along as well. Slew chew. It's a different type of training. It's interesting. I've got to keep the Iceman impression. I've got to keep the door closed now because my new housemate's got a dog, a little a Kelpie pup. So her and Star are completely and utterly raving mad now. They run around the house, jumping on each other and playing, and I couldn't have them in here during a stream. It would just be complete chaos. Well, actually, I probably can have them in here, but not for the whole stream, if that makes sense. So if there's enough interest, I will probably bring them in at some point to just say g'day. I'm hoping the hot coffee, I'm getting a bit of a throat tickle every time I talk. It's probably because this is the most talking I've done since I had the spicy cough. So I'm hoping the hot liquid will help curb that a little bit, I guess. Wes says, I can second that after what you told me the other day. And Sean says, doggos! Or doggo emojis. Yeah, the damn kids, you mean, exactly right, Wes. I was saying that to Jai, who's my housemate last night. I was like, it's like dealing with two fucking 3-year-old kids. And Star's the older of the two. She's almost a year and a half now. Believe it or not, there, ladies and gentlemen, she's almost a year and a half. Bella is 8 months old. Young. Keep me fit? Yes, Sean. Out of trouble? I don't know. They really are nutcases when they get together sometimes. Like, I can hear them right now in the living room. They're rolling and tumbling over each other. You can just hear the jingle, jingle, jingle of their collars. Complete nutters. Yeah, exactly right, Wes. You've got the moody, sooky teen. Is it a teenager or is it an old, grumpy old man or woman? Can't remember if your cat's male or female. Maybe it's non-binary. Who knows? You don't think anything can keep me out of trouble? Well, sleeping, that can keep me out of trouble. And that's definitely a hobby of mine. Especially after, head chefing for such a, what was it, almost 8 months? Sleeping is definitely a current hobby of mine, that's for sure. So I think in about 4 minutes time I will go and check on the coffee pot. God, now they're growling at each other. Play growling, like not, but it's just like, guys. Oh, Wes. Sounds like a cat though, mate. You and I both know, I don't know necessarily firsthand, but you and I both know that cats are moody, temperamental things. Or can be, that's for sure. Give me cuddles, nah, stuff ya. I think the funniest thing for me is with Star is that she'll be in my room and Jai will let Bella out of his room in the morning so that she can have access to the backyard and all that if she needs to, go to the toilet, etc. And Star growls at the fact that there's a dog on the other side of the door. But you open the door and they just play non-stop. Like owner, like dog. We're all a little bit different. So over there on the right hand side we've got Gulf Coast Aviation, which I don't know anything about them, but they sound like they do flying stuff. Just, Wow, Wes and Calling Pigeon have gone. They've just gone. They have found the right accelerator pedal and they have planted that shit into the firewall. It's a shame that I'm going to have to change the time within the sim soon, because right now it's very, very nice with the sunset. And we're not even on the Sunset Strip. Have you seen a Sunset Strip? I've heard it's pretty hot. very fussy eaters, if you get a different flavour of food, it will drag it around the house. That must be fun, Wes. I guess it's just pretending that it's prey that it's caught because it's a cat and they're natural hunting animals. I don't know. Won't eat it though? Yeah, I mean, you know, eating's overrated in the mind of the cat sometimes, I guess. Alright, I'm assuming my coffee will probably be almost ready by now, so I'm going to go and put it in a cup and then bring it back and drink it. Should only be a couple of minutes. Be back with you all very, very soon.
I was yours for the taking. Guess I needed a home. But if I'm not mistaken, you were good on your own. Oh, and I know I was drunk enough. Didn't know it would mess me up, yeah. Now I'm truly awakened up. So you wanna talk again, but it's time I do this my way. I don't wanna be your friend. Think we hit our expiration date. I want you to feel the weight, feel the hate that I felt when we came to an end. You don't get to call me up, tell me that you need forgiveness. You're the one who called it off, broke my heart in just a minute. No, you don't get to call it love when it wasn't even close. No, it wasn't even close. I was young and broken when I met you that night. Should've known you were something that would mess with my mind. Oh, but I won't put the blame on me. You're the one to be honest, yeah. 'Cause you can handle emotions. So you wanna talk again, but it's time to do this my way. I don't wanna be your friend. Think we hit our expiration date. I want you to feel the weight, feel the hate that I felt when we came to an end. You don't get to call
Alright, we are back. Nice job on getting the emoji spam there, Wes.
broke my heart in just a
Credit where credit's due there, mate.
You don't get to call it love when it wasn't even close.
Wes is stalling his wing. That's not really recommended. A lot of 8-balls. Circus tents, 8-balls and balloons. I don't know, is there a party that I missed that was organised? As we make our way here over the Matagorda Peninsula Airport. I don't know why I said that with an Italian pronunciation, but there we go. Italian American. Let's go with that. Wes's engine died. Good. That's what you want. I must say, Wes, though, for somebody who's engine guy, you're doing a lot of climbing in altitude there. It's a very different type of engine depth. It's where the engine just goes into turbocharged mode and you start climbing like the spaceship. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Give the engine some of the coffee. Fill it up with caffeine. Fuel prices are too expensive at the moment anyway. Let's run our cars and planes on coffee. That seems like an incredibly long runway there at the Matagorda Peninsula Airport. Does anyone actually happen to know anything about that airport? Is it like a backup commercial runway where, you know, you can have emergency landings or diversions or whatever, or is it just because it's water on both sides? So off to our right hand side here is Espiritu Santo Bay, and then we're going to be coming up on the Aransas National Wildlife Refuge, a little bit further up where you can see where the Espiritu Santo Bay sort of just, and the San Antonio Bay as well. So that's what we're currently looking at here on the right hand side. Once that ends a little bit further up here, then we'll be up on the Aransas National Wildlife Refuge. Still saying things with a Italian accent. Don't know why. Anyway. Sean says it's now £2.08 per litre for fuel in the UK in Cambridge. He's glad that he's electric. I mean, I'm not sure that's... I didn't know you owned a Tesla, Sean. But bloody hell, £2.08 per litre is like $4 Australian dollars per litre. Fuel here at the moment is about $1.80 Australian per litre, and people are like, "Oh, it's so expensive, I can't afford it." And I mean, it is expensive, especially in a country of this size where you sort of have to drive everywhere. But bloody hell, like, you know, you hear about that from the UK or over the ditch in New Zealand, where it's like $4 New Zealand dollars a litre. It's sort of, you know. Guys, I must say thank you very much for the 15 likes in this first stream back as well. I know this particular stream time is not exactly handy, especially for Australians and stuff like that. So to have 15 likes with the average of 5 viewers for the stream is very, 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 very appreciative as the first stream back in such a long time. So thank you. And also to the donations at the start of the stream, guys. Very, very appreciative of that as well. You all deserve to give yourselves a pat on the back. I'd love to give you a pat on the back, but that requires a whole heap of technology that we don't have access to right now. So. Okay, so I can see Sean, and I can see Sin Valentine. I don't know if Sin Valentine's with us, but where's Macaulay Pigeon go? Did you guys crash over there? Just... There are these things that make long journeys much quicker. You may have heard about them. Aircraft? I'm assuming that's what you're getting at, Sean, is aircraft. In which case, yes, I do have a small amount of experience with them. Yes. I'm aware of their existence, if that's what you're asking. Coffee. So good. So good. Yes, Star. I agree. Absolutely, Star. Mmm. Woof, woof, woof. She just wants to make her voice heard, you know? That's alright, I know you guys are there, you're just not showing up, like you just dropped off, which we know happens sometimes within the sim, and as Sean just mentioned, it could be, you know, in relation to Sim Update 10 and behind the scenes work and all that. Speaking of which, people have been switching servers in streams. Well, that's an option as well that we can do if they don't appear, you know, in the next 30 minutes or so. We can also play around with stuff like that. Does anyone actually know when Sim Update 10 is coming out, like the actual release date? I know it's very, very soon. I'm hoping it's something I can download and get installed before I go away. Just so that when I come back, obviously I don't really have too much crap to play around with before we start streaming again. I've also heard good things about it in relation to optimization and stuff like that. So oh, it comes out on the 23rd of August. So that's the day before I get back. Okay. So I'm definitely going to be needing to do stuff like that. Sorry, do stuff like that. That doesn't make sense. I'm definitely going to need to be updating the sim and all that once I get back. That's cool. Just, at least I now know. 23rd of August, so Shane says. So, wouldn't even surprise me if it's not till early September, especially seeing as it's, as I said, there's been a lot of conversation about it being a big optimization update again, like it was, I think, still update 6 was also a big optimizational update. So yeah. If it's 24, we should get a Mary stream. Oh, hell yeah, that'll be awesome. Drew X Plays is here. He says, hi, I'm new to the channel. Drew X Plays, mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing fantastically. If you wanting to join in the flight or anything, mate, just drop !! flight plan and ! Discord into the chat. That will give you the necessary links and bits and pieces. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to sit in here and just watch us fly along. But either way, I hope you are doing fantastically, mate. And good morning from Australia. Hence the coffee. And it's good coffee. Aldi ticking boxes again. Not many places in Australia can you get a kilo bag of coffee for under $10, and it's as good as, you know, like Lavazza and all that, which is 2.5, 3 times the price. Oh, your joystick broke, Drew. That's a shame. Yeah, that is very annoying. Well, you could try and fly with mouse and keyboard, but coming from somebody who's used to do that before they got themselves a joystick and started streaming, it's, how do you say, they're a shit show. I keep looking at the track IR thinking that's my webcam. I need to train myself that the webcam's now in the corner now that we've moved rooms again. So if it does look like I'm not quite looking at you, that's simply because I haven't trained the eyes and the brain yet, here, ladies and gentlemen. Drew's getting a new joystick tomorrow. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So we're streaming this evening, Drew, and twice tomorrow as well, assuming my voice holds up to it. So, there we go. Something for you to test your new joystick in. Lots of warm honey in my coffee. Oh, to help voice. No, it's just the after effects of the spicy cough, Sean. There's not really much you can do about it. I've been drinking hot drinks and lemon and honey hot drinks and all that sort of stuff. It's just more of a case of, because I spent, obviously having had it, I spent time out in the kitchen and I didn't really do any much talking and I didn't interact with people because obviously I was stuck at home, etc, etc. Yeah, it's just time is basically the most valuable thing for it sorting itself out. It's already so much better than it was a few days ago and it keeps getting better as we go. So I actually reckon that doing this streaming thing is probably going to be a good thing because it's going to get the vocal cords nice and loose and warmed up again, if that makes sense. Drew says he subscribed. Drew, thank you very much for the subscription. Really, really appreciate that. It would usually show up if you do subscribe, but I'm assuming you've probably got your settings on private, like most people do within YouTube without knowing, because I'm pretty sure that's the default YouTube setting. But either way, mate, thank you very much for the subscription. Really appreciate that. Cheers to that with a coffee. And yeah, as Sean said, welcome. It really is a pleasure to have you here. We're very, very, very much an open community. Very welcoming. Everybody's sort of welcome to come along, and we take the piss out of ourselves and we take the piss out of everyone else in the process. It really is. Everybody gets a fair share of, their copying it, if that makes sense. My sentence construction is not always good for making sense, though. That is probably the biggest issue. Oh, it's not on private at the moment. That's weird. Then you can blame YouTube for just being YouTube, deciding that it wants to do things when it wants to, and when it doesn't want to do things, it just decides, oh, by the way, I'm not going to do what I'm meant to do here. Either way. Yeah, Sean, you can absolutely hide from everyone. Just, do the whole thing with the... Who? Who's streaming? There's nobody here. What are you talking about? Just a grey object sitting in a chair. It's making noises. Who turned the lights out? Probably the power company. So we're almost going to have to change the time within the sim very, very soon here now. As very soon, once this orange hue disappears, we're not going to be able to see much. Yeah, a game of peekaboo mid-stream, Wes. I spy with my little eye something beginning with P. I'll give you a hint. I'm looking right at it. I must say, having the 3080 in the PC, if there's one thing I've noticed straight away playing with the sim, especially over the last week or so with the 3080 now, is that the temperature in my room increases exponentially. It's It's warms up very quickly in here after a small amount of time playing the sim. I mean, I've now been in the sim for about 90 minutes, and my heater, which I usually have on, has not kicked in for that whole time, basically. Just because it's a new type of heating system known as 3080 heating. I probably should actually update that within Streamlabs chatbot, shouldn't I? So that if somebody does click specs, it's not like, oh, Alright, so now I'm going to do specs with the new up-to-date bits and pieces. Brett Pound says, warmer PCs great for winter, not for summer. Absolutely, Brett. I guess the good news is the room that I've shifted my PC and stuff into now has a ceiling fan and a portable aircon. So we're good, we're good. Banjo is here. The Flying Frog says, hello all. G'day, Banjo, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing fantastically. And actually, the same to you, Mr. Pound, as well. Hope you both are doing very, very well. Sean Dale said, I tried telling the wife I can save so much money for us in the heating bills if you let me have this 3080 Ti. You won't need heating on. Well, it didn't work. Ah, it's a shame, Sean. But it definitely would work. It definitely would work. Brett Plays is here as well. He says, g'day, mate. G'day, Brett Plays, mate. Welcome to the stream. I was nearly late to my own stream today because I was hanging out in yours, and then at about with about 8 minutes to go until my stream was meant to start, I was like, oh shit, I better load up the sim, hey. What can I say, Brett? You're a very entertaining man. You keep me well absorbed. But welcome to the stream as well, Mr. Brett Plays. Hope you are doing fantastically. Guys, if you are interested in any way, shape or form in jumping in for the rest of this flight, obviously Discord, flight plan will give you the various bits and pieces of information that you need to know. I must say, coffee is just a wonder liquid. I already feel like I'm much more able to concentrate on what I'm doing within the sim, within the stream, etc. So thank you very much for being patient whilst I went and made myself that coffee. Brett Pound says, where's the EA project up to? EA project, you're going to have to elaborate for me on what an EA project is. Other than EA Sports, it's in the game. Yeah. Maybe I'm, I basically haven't touched the sim properly, other than a couple of sporadic streams here and there in a good 6 months. Ah, the LTD Ford, the AU LTD, yes, sorry. So, not much is probably going to happen to that until I get back from Southeast Asia, where I'm heading off to in a week's time. and it's probably not going to get too much other than maybe a good clean before it gets itself a second-hand transmission, because my garage slopes downwards in, and it currently doesn't have reverse, so the only way to get it out of the driveway is to have somebody sitting in the passenger seat, sorry, in the driver's seat, and have people actually pushing it. Because on the other side of my driveway, it slopes back down and then runs down a hill, because my house is at the top of the hill, so it is a 2 or 3 person job to move that car in reverse. So, you know, I just don't see too much happening to it until it has a second-hand transmission in it. No, all good, Brett. I was Mr. Pound. I was just, I don't know, Mr. Pound and Mr. Plays. I feel like that's probably the best way to speak to the both of you, or address the both of you. Let me know if there's a better way to do it. But all good if you're a Holden guy. Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. I've got myself some wheel chocks. It's just more of a case of, because it's got to be pushed uphill, and then straight away the driveway slopes backwards, somebody needs to be in the driver's seat to push the brake once, and you know, obviously we need people to actually push the car up the hill as well into position, if that makes sense. Typical Ford, gotta push it. Thanks, Wes. Drew says he's back. Welcome back, Drew. Welcome back. Hostad. I'd love to start the sim 45... Sorry, I'd have to start the sim 45 minutes early. My sim has been using the whole blue bar to load recently. I'm not clearing out my community folder again. You know what, Hostad? The simple solution to that is get yourself like a 2 or 3 or 4 terabyte solid state drive and just put the whole sim on that. Problem solved. Calling Pigeon says the USX Lexington, an SX class aircraft carrier built during World War II, below me right now at your 1 o'clock, a forest is growing on the deck. If a forest is growing on the deck, Calling Pigeon, can I recommend a purchase from Manscaped? Brett Pounds and Plays seems like a Tinder bio. Absolutely, I feel like I need to add that to my own Tinder bio. Except it's not Brett Pounds and Plays, it's Bryce Pounds and Plays. Yeah, Collie Pigeon, I'm gonna change. Like, it's really beautiful to have the nice hue in the background, but you're right, it's a little bit too dark now, unfortunately. So we'll bring it back to 11 a.m. But I'm loving this part of the US streams that I do at this time of the day, because every time we set off for a flight, we get to watch a wonderful sunset before we then bring it back to morning time. Drew says, do they have an E170, 175, and E190 in Microsoft Flight Sim? I believe they do. If I'm not mistaken, it's not the greatest quality aircraft. I don't actually own it, but I believe it does exist. I don't think it's expensive either, so if you're not so fussed about it being study level or anything like that, yeah, absolutely, you've got one available to you. They do need a gardener, yes. And yes, I would, Wes. I would absolutely give you shit if it was you. Wes's engine has died again for no reason. B1 and B2. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1? I think I am B2. It's pounding and playing time. Definitely brings a whole new meaning to bananas in pajamas, that's for sure. Oh, as in real life, Drew. That's cool. Whereabouts are you based? Are you based in Australia or elsewhere? because there's not really many E170s and 190s operating in Australia except for like in Queensland, NT and WA for like Alliance and Air North. Oh, you're in Indianapolis in the USA. Yeah, nice. Yeah, a lot more E-jets in the US. A lot more people. You know. Making our way, or almost coming up on Corpus Christi here. So, I believe this is some of the most southwestern parts of Texas that one can actually get to. Again, I'm sure the Americans will fill me in on that one, whether or not that is exactly the case. I should probably also look at switching my fuel tanks so that I'm not playing a battle of keeping the aircraft stable when we come to land at Monterrey Jack. Oh, you've been to Australia, Drew? Yeah. Come back. We love having people come here and travel. I feel like I should be swapping the little nav map and the chat screens around, because I'm looking in the opposite direction to the webcam for the chat, which just seems not quite right. That's better. Now I'm there we go. Short Round is here. He says, good to see you streaming again. Short Round, mate, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here as well. It really is. So for those who have just joined, I was detailing a little bit earlier in the stream that we will be doing a decent amount of streaming over the next week or so, depending on how the voice holds up after the spicy cough. And then we'll be heading off to Southeast Asia and doing some in real life vlogging, aiming to put out 1 to 2 videos a week whilst I'm away for you guys to watch. And also recommend following us over on Instagram and Facebook. I will throw those links in the Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, feel free to chuck !Discord into the chat, because that's where you'll be able to access the photos and check-ins and all that sort of cool stuff that wouldn't necessarily be included in videos, or when it is included in videos, it'll obviously be a little bit delayed. Drew, I'm flying the Trinidad TB21GT by Lionheart Creations. Probably one of the most underrated GA aircraft within the sim. Also one of the cheapest. It was like 15 or 20 Australian dollars. Stupidly cheap. That's actually a good idea, Sean. I really should have tags like that, shouldn't I? I might throw that in now. It's, yeah, short round. It's Drew Damaris' favourite as well. The most expensive plane within the sim, I believe, is the PMDG 737. I think. Calling Pigeons put a photo of the USSX Lexington in the Discord. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, wow, they really do need to get some trimming done, don't they, on that calling pigeon? Bloody hell. Jesus, alright. Sean Nell says, don't have real engine wear on when flying at Redline all the time. I'm dead. He's jumping in at Corpus Christi in the Beechcraft B350. Seems like you and wears it into killing aircraft today, Sean. Remind me not to loan you guys any of my aircraft. It's going to be a expensive loan, that's for sure. Yeah, so does anyone know with the PMDG 737, once all the variants are out, are they going to then release it as a package? Because that's how I'd rather purchase it, knowing that all the variants are going to be released over the next 2 months or so. I'd rather just wait and do it in one go. Well, yes, that's very true, Hostad. Very, very true. No worries, Drew. All good, mate. Yeah, so I've heard nothing but bad things about the C-130, so I'm certainly not planning on making a purchase of that. Just realised I've almost missed having a good look here at Corpus Christi. Jeez, the mapping and scenery here within the sim now after 2 USA World updates is just so good. It legitimately looks as if you are flying over the real Corpus Christi. It's great. It's so good. Right now, in terms of mapping, and I might be slightly biased here, but I think the 2 best countries to fly within the sim is the US and Australia. Look, Brett, I'm just trying to remain optimistic, because obviously I'd just love to buy it as a package of all 4 variants of the 737. Not holding my breath though, because I would most certainly be dead if I was holding my breath for PMDG. But credit where credit's due to PMDG. I know they're terrible at meeting their deadlines for releasing things, but damn, when they release things, are they good or what? You really can't fault them on that. So I guess we all just learn to put up with it because we know it's always going to be good. Yeah, I know, they're confusing, Sean. They're a very confusing bunch of people in the way they release things. They don't release anything for years, and then all of a sudden you get 3 aircraft in 24 hours. So the INI builds plane Is that the A310? I've also heard that Aerosoft is doing the A330 family. I was going to say A320 family. I was like, no, hang on, that's not right. A330 family. I'd really love to, like, we've got such a good selection of A320s with the Phoenix and the fly-by-wire. I'd love to see somebody do like A319, A321. I know the A321's been done, but it's it's alright. Okay, I can see Wes again. He's now in the 414. Yeah, I'd love to see an A350 as well, Sean. Really would. But Calling Pigeon is still nowhere to be seen, even though he can see me. Really interesting. But as we suspect, it's got something to do with background stuff that they're doing for Sim Update 10. Guys, really appreciate the 21 likes. That is absolutely mind-blowing for the first stream back in such a long time. Really appreciate that. Thank you. You guys really are the MVPs. All the windmills below us for the wind farm, powering the town of Dean. Hey, speaking of Wes, there he is in the 414. I really need to get some more GA aircraft, what you guys fly regularly, because as Wes has said, the 414 is his go-to. Brett, I think we've done 3 so far. 2, 3. We're actually, you know what? Let me. Yeah, only the 2, I think. I've got one. I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but I'm hoping to do a 3rd one on Saturday Arvo, Australian time. Geez, where's you going space shuttle status in the 414? Definitely sounds like it needs to be purchased. And yeah, Zenon, you're 100% right. It can get expensive, but at the same time, through the generosity of the community, the little donations that everyone makes obviously goes straight back into the channel, and that's how us streamers afford the payware sceneries and aircraft and all that, because you know that makes sense. People donate because they like what they see. Obviously, you invest it straight back into what you're doing, and everybody wins, kind of thing. Yeah, Brett, I think I remember you flying the first one and speaking about the fact that we were flying over near your part of the world, and then I flew into the mountain whilst I was showing off some of the scenery. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Forgot about the fact that I probably didn't have enough height flying around in the drone. Oh yeah, look at this, look at this. Oh, this is this person flying on. Bang! I'm a professional, I swear. A professional idiot. But I'm still a professional. You've got to own your skills in this world, you know? I'm assuming that we've now crossed out of the US because some of the mapping below is starting to get a little, not so great. And I know they haven't mapped Mexico fully yet. I'm sure somebody will be able to inform me 100% on that, but yeah, I don't know. There was just a pocket back there of a bit questionable mapping, so that's all. Yeah, I'm a professional tree hugger. That's exactly right, Brett. Exactly right. My aircraft are just attracted to trees. They're just like, come here. It's Tinder. Literally is Tinder. I'm going to need to change my radio communications because we appear to have flown into an area that or not, it won't actually let me do it. Hello? Oh, this is going to be annoying. For some reason it won't let me change out from 124.85 on either of my comms. Anyone? Oh no, that worked. Oh no, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Ah, cool. There we go. Got it to work. Beautiful. Alright, so I reckon it's time for me to get up, have a quick stretch of the legs, all those things that need to be done. Been sitting here now for about an hour and a bit, so I will return in a couple of minutes. I'll give you guys a bit of background music, and yeah. now that we're stretched, all the important things. I don't know what the important things are, but I've completed them, so there we go. Geez, Sean, you're flying the Beechcraft 350 nice and slowly there to keep up with the Trinidad. Actually, my ground speed's not too bad, 171 knots, eh? Making our way here up to Furious Airport. Very, very angry airport. It's very furious. And we've got 129.23 nautical miles to go to Monterrey Jack. It might be time to let the doggos in for a little bit just to say hi, seeing as they haven't been on the internet in a while. So let's do that and see what happens. See if they can play nicely and peacefully. Okay. They don't want to. They looked at me and kept going. Fair enough. I understand when I'm not wanted. No, Sean. She was full size when you saw her last. I believe. Anyway. Yeah. Bella is definitely bigger in size than Star, but they're not much different in weight because Star is just a ball of muscle. So Sean's saying he's got 40, is showing 45 minutes to go, which sounds about right. Sounds about right. I don't know why the flight plan that I've got lists my top of descent at 75 nautical miles from the airport, which seems completely and utterly ridiculous to start descending from 5,500 feet, 75 nautical miles from the airport, unless we're going to be descending at 1 feet per minute. And guys, thank you very much for the 22 likes. Really, really appreciate that. Almost getting warm enough in here now with this damn GPU to actually take the hoodie off. Yeah, I was going to say, where's fell out of view? There he is. He seems to be doing all sorts of weird ins and outs and ups and downs and all over the shots. I wonder if it's calling pigeons out over on the coast. Really, in hindsight, slightly regretting not downloading calling pigeons flight plan, I must say, accidentally putting the wrong one in. But anyway, I'll make sure from here on out that I don't bugger that one up. I can see why he's done it though, because there really is a whole lot of nothing out in this part of the world. Just a few ranches and a couple of people's homes, not much else to see. I can understand why he's over on the coast. Where are you going, Wes? All over the shot, mate. Are you drunk? Do we need to breath test you when we go on the ground here at Monterrey? Calling pigeons out over visiting the SpaceX launch facility. Are you attempting a stall and recovery there, Sean? What's the go? Had your 15 minutes of fame. Mate, you're more than welcome to have as many minutes of fame as you want. Hello to Ripperonio, whoever you are. I'm sure you're probably not involved in this stream, but good day anyway. Jeez, no one, really nobody exists out here except for a few ranchers. Shame. I feel like this would be a really good part of the world to get some spectacular food from. You know, you're right on the border of Texas and Mexico. Like, fusion. Imagine the fusion. Or the confusion, depending on, you know. Did I turn the music down, or is the music too loud? I don't think I turned it back down, did I? There we go, that's probably better. Now you can probably hear me. I'm surprised nobody was like, oh, I can't hear you properly. Maybe it wasn't a problem. I don't know. Anyway. These are the kind of things that I forget to do, having not streamed in such a long time. Yes, Sean, absolutely. It would be large and spicy. That's my point. Like, what a, you know, imagine having Southern American style Texan barbecue with Mexican fusion. Like, yeah, very rusty, exactly. So rusty, I need to spray myself with Rusties instead of deodorant today. That's what I'll be wearing to make sure that I'm ready for tonight's stream. Yeah, trust me, Brett, WD-40, got a WD-40 up all the various joints, the knees, the arms, the fingers, make sure it's all nice and loose and ready for action. So the next Cook and Fly, Sean, will be in Mexico, and will obviously be sometime probably in September. Once I'm back from Southeast Asia, but there will be real life cooking and flying over the next month and a bit on the channel, so that'll fill the void for the moment. Got the tripod-y thing. Put the phone and the GoPro in there, and I've got a light for it as well. Organising a microphone, like a microphone for a clip. Got myself a wireless mouse for the laptop so I don't drive myself insane editing videos. Glucosamine is great for the joints. It certainly is. I still prefer WD-40, Sean, much cheaper. Plus, you know, it's basically fish oil, satisfies the omega-3 as well. Geez, Sean, when you said you were going to peel off and go in your own direction, I didn't think you were going to be, you know, going so far. Meanwhile, I'm getting buzzed by Wes and a Cessna 414. Wes, you are aware of the fact that you are not flying a military aircraft. You're going to rip the wings off, mate. A lot of dirt roads and tracks out in this part of the world, but still nobody seems to live here. A bit of a zoom in on little nav map, see if there's anything interesting in this general part of the world. Not even anything showing up on little nav map. That gives you an idea of what we're currently flying. Oh, and we're getting very close to the United States-Mexico border, actually. You can probably see the water that's coming up in front of us. The water that's coming up in front is the US-Mexico border. Sean hasn't done this much dancing for a long time. Glad I'm able to get you in that mood for some Saturday Night Fever and some disco. Just obviously, if you've got a fever on Saturday night, that's probably COVID, but Saturday Night Fever is a good thing. There we go, managed to catch that one and not send it through the microphone and deafen you all. Or I think Panic at the Disco put it even better. It's a fever that you can't sweat out, or you can sweat out, or whatever the lyrics are to that song. And then to continue on from your question before, Sean, how you were saying when's the next Cook and Fly, Mexico, probably around September. The one after that will probably be when we're back in the US, in Texas, and I'll probably do like some smoked brisket or something like that. So we're coming up on a town here called Morales Sanchez, which would make sense seeing as we are approaching the United States-Mexico border. Get some smoked brisket tacos, and then continue on our way. I don't think there's actually an airport down here, so there's going to be no touch and goes for a quick bout of street food. I don't know if you can call it street food. Runway food? Is that a thing that needs to be started for GA airports? Open food stalls. People fly in, get out of their aircraft, pick up some food from the food truck, get back in their plane and keep going. Is that a business idea that we've just come up with? Yeah, no, I know, Sean. Their little nav map is very deceiving sometimes. Almost there now, ladies and gentlemen. Almost into Mexico. Getting a little bit buffeted here by the crosswind. We've got 15 knots crosswind, and it's changing direction continuously. It's very swirly, so as you can see, we're woo all over the place. I didn't expect to be on a roller coaster, but there you go. Sean says, when we were in Gibraltar, we would go across the border into Spain to get fresh fruits. It was much better and cheaper than on the base. And you got to practice Spanish too. There you go. That's actually, yeah, that's really, that's cool. I was thinking when I'm in Singapore about jumping over the border into Johor Bahru for the same reason, Sean. Everything is so much cheaper over there. But, I don't know, maybe. The Flying Frog, Banjo says, got to go, see you all. No worries, Banjo. I jumped over onto your channel before and turned the notification bell on, so hopefully I'll be much more aware of your streams as well now, mate. Thank you very much for jumping in. It's been a pleasure to have you here as always. Look after yourself, and I will hopefully see you soon. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in Mexico. We are now in Mexico. Not that anything has really changed below. It still looks like Texas, but I guess the only real difference we're going to notice now is that all the airports are going to be very Spanish in their naming, and the towns and suburbs as well, which I guess makes sense. So in a very short period of time, and by short I don't actually know the exact, I would say it is in about 30 nautical miles or so, we'll be making a left-hand turn at the marker Rican and then Dayor. And once we pass Dayor, we're on the home stretch down into Monterrey. So we're going to be landing at Gen Mariano Escobedo International in Monterrey. The other option is, of course, Del Norte. Sean says in 23 minutes he's up for 24 hours. Sean, that's insane, mate. What you doing, boy? You'll need to buy me dinner and drinks first, Sean, before you go calling me that. Isn't it, in the world of TikTok and all that these days, isn't it Mammy anyway? M-A-M-I, like, just because they've got to be different. I don't know, I'm not young and hip enough for this TikTok crowd. The only TikTok I'm concerned about is the sound that my clock makes. Oh, I see what you mean, Sean. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even. I know that sounds weird for me, but I didn't even click to the fact that the airport code is mummy. That's funny. Mama just killed a man. Well, hopefully not, because that would result in us crashing here on the flight. How is the fuel looking? Looks like we're going to be perfect for fuel when we arrive here. Nice weight distribution in both wings means landing should be achievable. Well, landing should be achievable. I mean, a good landing should be achievable. So the sim has given up on showing me where Calling Pigeon is, which, you know, fair enough. To thousands. How many people do you think are watching, Sean? I'm just making news headlines, mate, you know. Streamer admits to killing man live. Very true, Sean, but that's not how I'm planning on going viral. Seems like an extreme way to do that. Yeah, YouTube may not be happy. I don't think they would be. I really don't think they would be. Wes says, didn't you know there is Thousands of me. Wait, I'm scared. 1,000 me, one of me is enough. I reckon I could do 2 or 3 of you, Wes. Absolutely. Don't know if I could do thousands of you though. Well, I guess you are Leaded Rapier 709, so Leaded Rapier 0 to 708 is still, I haven't met them yet, so. World would be a better place with thousands of Weses. I mean, it would be a very good place with thousands of Weses, that is very true. And agreed, Brett. Calling Pigeon says last on the ground, buys the drinks. That's fine with me. I have absolutely no problem in buying a round of drinks if I'm last down. I mean, look, Brett, the first port of call is not even to aim to be famous, it's just to aim to be entertaining and hang out with people, really. And if that happens to translate into bigger and better things, that's great, you know? And thousands of DC6s upside down with Wes in it. True. Very true. Sean reckons that Calling Pigeon has already landed and that's why he's making such calls. That might be the case. Yeah, that might be the case. He is in the TBM 930, so... that is a quick damn plane, that's for sure. Yeah, we can just, because I can't see Calling Pigeon, I'll just claim that he was last to land, right? Agreed, Wes. Very scary. Very, very scary. Yeah, I'm flying the new TB21 SR71 Blackbird. Stealth aircraft. Wes can confirm he's not landed. Okay, so Wes has got eyes on the pigeon. Stealth doesn't count, nor does Scout's honor. Wes always has eyes for the birds. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. So better figure out a few bits and pieces about the destination airport. It is, so it's 1,260 feet above sea level. Right, that's good. We've got nearly 10,000 feet of runway, so there's going to be no issues getting these GA aircraft down, that's for sure. I forgot about the fact that I can see Calling Pigeon over on the little nav map. So I know that he is extraordinarily close to the airport. If you guys do have Volanta, obviously feel free to add me over on Volanta as well. I'm pretty sure I'm on there as Just Some Aussie or Just Some Aussie Gamer. I can't remember. It's one of those two. Yeah, you will see me on Volanta flying commercial aircraft relatively regularly. Yeah, Volanta I'm on the free Volanta, at least until I get back from a holiday and figure out whether I'm going to be working full-time, back to casual and trying to make the streaming content creation work again, etc. And then I'll decide whether I want to pay for the premium or not. But right now, definitely Volanta free. So Calling Pigeon is 29 nautical miles away and I'm 44 nautical miles away. And yet he's still not showing up, so that's interesting. Brett Plays says he's off to the shops for bread and milk. Enjoy your stream, Brett. Not a problem, mate. Thank you very much for dropping in. Appreciate that. Enjoy your journey for bread and milk. Once I finish the stream and have some lunch, I'm probably going to go get myself a haircut and stuff like that. Get a few things done before the next stream, but yeah, no, Brett, have a good one, mate. Take care. Look after yourself, etc. All those important things, and should hopefully catch up with you soon, whether in your stream, my stream, Jagger's stream, Shane's stream, Garland's stream, Banjo's stream. There's so many people who stream. Maybe even Wes will stream at some point. Who knows? No pressure there, Wes. See you, B2. Yes, we have seen Wes's DC6 antics, that's very true. Wes is aiming for the mid to the end of August for his next stream. There you go. So we've got a time for Wes to be back on the streams as well. Guys, thank you very much for the 23 likes. Really, really appreciate that. It's an amazing number for the first stream back after such a hiatus. Some pretty spectacular mountainous terrain coming up over here. I wonder if calling... Let's have a look at Calling Pigeon on a little nav map. Let's see where he is. Ooh, he's lining up right now with the airport, basically. Well, he is still at 3,000 feet, so maybe he's going to overfly and come around because the active runway, I believe, is runway 11 or 16. So Wes might be going to be doing some streaming in the 414 because he can do all sorts of antics. Calling Pigeon says, indeed. Yes, it's like I know you. You know, it's got nothing to do with the fact that you're following the patterns of weather and all that. Calling Pigeon is going for runway 11, which probably will be the runway that I end up going for as well. Just because there is such a strong headwind directly down the airport for that runway. Are you planning to do the Rex Milk run in the 414, are you, Wes? Which Rex Milk one? The run, the South Queensland one or the North Queensland one? That would be, like, it'd be cool, Sean, and it'd also be, yeah, a little bit like, oh shit. But yeah, 100%. Both. Are you going to do both? Yeah, nice, Wes. Nice. Sim15 says, hi bro. G'day Sim. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Doing very, very well. Long time no speak. Yeah, wow, that's a very decent headwind, isn't it, Calling Pigeon? And now I'm getting all the buffeting of the wind as we go over the mountainous terrain here. Get myself ready for a arrival here into Monterrey. Assuming we don't have the wings broken off here. So this will be why there was a 5,500 foot minimum safe altitude on this leg. Because of this. If I wasn't at 5,500 feet, I would have met my maker. So Wes did it at 5,200 feet, so Wes did it illegally. If anybody wants to handcuff him, lock him up, put him in jail. In the dark. Are you doing a drug run, Wes? Trying to stay below radar. Doing a lettuce run. Iceberg, I'm assuming. Jeez, it's rough over here. Rougher than a dog bark, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly, Brett. Lettuce leaf almost expensive as gold leaf these days. 100%. I'm just waiting for when all the fancy restaurants and people like Salt Bay and all that start wrapping their steaks in iceberg lettuce as opposed to gold leaf. Yes, very true, Wes. They do, or we do. So calling pigeon is down. Shawndale is lining up now for runway 11. So that means it's down to myself and Wes to see who buys the drinks. Yeah, I'm wondering if they did that deliberately, Sean. They're like, let's put these as the airport codes and let's see if anyone notices. Yeah, I can see you're in there behind Sean, whereas I'm hoping to just do the good old sneaky slot in between. Calling Pigeon's already booked the VIP parking and shuttle to the bar. Awesome! Alright, now I've really got to get in and down before Wes does. Yeah, I'm still flying, Fozzie. Remember, the World Adventure is usually 2.5, 3.5 hour flights. I mean, you probably don't remember because I didn't remember either until I looked at the flight plans and stuff last night when I was setting up for the streams. I'm like, oh yeah, shit. Got so used to doing the bush flying across Australia and Route 66 and all that, where they're 90-minute flights. Alright, let's put the track IR on. Let's do this. All good, Brett. Enjoy, mate. And I'm sure I will see you in a stream very soon. Look after yourself, alright? Definitely coming in a little bit hot, a little bit high, all those things. But it's alright. Sorry guys, a lot of concentration with my first GA landing with such a headwind in so many months. The aircraft behaves very different to the way the A320 does. Oh boy. A little bouncy there. That's not my best landing, that's for sure. Especially seeing as the rudder doesn't appear to be working on the ground. I am on full right rudder here and nothing's happening, so that's interesting. Yep, very bouncy there, that's for sure. Probably chose the wrong runway in the end. But from when I was lining up, it was the correct runway based on the direction of the wind, so there we go. Still can't see calling pigeon. So I'm just going to make my way over to where Wes is, I reckon.
Finally don't get no fuss, finally be riding on my way. Finally woke up with some luck in the book. I don't give a so say.
Take out the lights that are in the middle of the yellow markers, which has always made me laugh about this sim.
We gon' make it beaches, stay in there, stay in the moment, stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment, give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses, smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment.
Absolutely calling pigeon. I'm always late to the party. I think the GA ramp area is a little bit further over west, so I'm just going to make my way over there if you want to follow.
Let the flame burn down for a while. Let the flame burn out for a while. Stay in the moment.
Wes would like a spiced rum, Kraken or Bundaberg? Kraken? Good decision. Good decision, Wes. Alright, let's... Alright, bus is just off to the other side of the GA ramp here in the car park, so get in, shut your aircraft down, etc. ladies and gentlemen, and we will board the bus, my shout, for the first round of drinks. But ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, welcome to Monterrey here in Mexico. Our first destination here in Mexico, and we're back on the world adventure. So it has been an absolute pleasure to fly along with all of you today. I must say a massive, massive thank you to those who did drop the donations. It really, really is appreciated. To all of you who did fly along, I loved having you guys alongside for this flight. It was great. Not much else I can say except it is fantastic to be back. And I look forward to hopefully streaming on a more regular basis once I'm back from Southeast Asia as well. But obviously up until I go, we're going to have quite a few streams if we can. But ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of leg 122 of the World Adventure. Thank you also to all of you for the 24 likes. That is incredible for first stream back. Really appreciate it. Calling Pigeon says it's 4:15 a.m. Calling Pigeon, I absolutely am amazed by your dedication to the channel despite such a long time between drinks. But ladies and gentlemen, I will see those of you who will be joining later on for our Route 66 flight. I'll see you guys then. That's in about 9 hours time, 10 hours time, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, hopefully I see you guys then. If I don't, hopefully I catch up with you guys in the next few days in one of the streams. Otherwise, I'll see you guys obviously soon. But wherever you are in the world, you look after yourselves. Stay safe, stay well. Don't do anyone I wouldn't do, will ya? And I will catch all of you very soon.
I like to do to her. Some might call it dirty fuzzy.
No sé qué tú ves en mí, mi amor. Ya no dejes de mirarme, que ya me gusta quién soy. Contigo me siento en control. Eres el balance en este mundo, poco humor. Se volvió ese chico que habló en mis canciones. Esas madrugadas que